98.7 The Peak. It's all about variety. Chris and Amy in the morning. There are certain things that are unwritten and certain things that should be written in stone, in my personal opinion.
Okay. What?
Interesting story about this high school wrestler from Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Huge sport in Iowa.
Huge sport. I mean, monstrous. Mm-hmm. Makes it to state. First round of state. That's a big, everybody knows that state's a huge deal in high school. Huge. Monstrous. Well, his first round in state, he was supposed to wrestle a girl.
Okay. Good for her.
Instead of, good for her, but instead of wrestling her, he chose to default.
Chicken?
Let me say this. I would not want my son wrestling a girl.
Why not?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's not because she's a girl. That has nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Because, and I wrestled in high school. There are certain, it's just, here's the thing. If certain parts or whatever.
So it does have to do with the fact that she's a girl.
But it's not like a girl shouldn't be in the sport. Like, they should have a girls division. Out of all the sports that they should have separated.
Why?
Because there's crazy wrestling around on that. You know what I mean? Like, there's crazy, like, you're in funky positions and everything else.
And you don't think the girl knows this?
I'm sure she does. However, it will happen. Somebody is going to cry some sort of sexual assault.
No.
I guarantee it.
No.
Somebody, it's going to happen. Or somebody will actually commit it. Some stupid kid, some stupid guy. And it's going to happen. So I'd be like, you know what? Dude, I respect her for getting there, and that's awesome. But I don't want you going. I don't want you doing that.
You have just set the woman's movement
No, it has nothing to do with the woman's movement.
30 years. Yes, it does. First you said it doesn't have to do with she's a girl. And then you proceed to say, there's parts and sexual harassment and this and that. Really, Parker?
Okay, they now have seminars for corporations and teachers and all that stuff for things like proper, like, handshaking. Like, you can't even, like, technically we're not even supposed to, if I saw you and we hadn't seen each other for 2 weeks and we went up and hugged, hey, it's good to see you. We can't do that technically. Here, in this work environment, not even high school.
That's fine.
We have to do like a side hug.
Oh, I had to do that when I was coaching high school.
Right. See,
it was weird.
Thank you!
But that's not wrestling. Here's the thing.
You're right. It's not. It's only a hug.
She is in the sport. Her and her family know exactly what the sport is all about. Therefore, they know that things can slip and things will happen. Let the girl partake in the sport, because I don't think that she is going to cry foul in a sport that she knows what happens. She wouldn't be in that sport. Obviously, she's in high school, so she's been doing it for this long. No, I'm not going to let you talk because you never let me talk. So here's the thing. You're wrong.
Let me know.
You're done. You're wrong.
Are you done?
No, yeah.
Okay.
You're making me
Can
mad.
I talk now?
Go.
Okay. It's maybe, and I wouldn't be the first person to admit this, but even high school guys are dumb. I'm not saying she would cry foul. I'm saying that maybe one of them would do something inappropriate.
Are you worried about the thing that happens in math class sometimes when you can't get up when you're a boy and you can't go up and write your name?
Sweatpants in 7th grade?
Right. Are you worried about that?
No,
you are. You're worried about that.
Not so much, but I'm just saying what happens when something inappropriate happens.
No. That's what you're worried about.
260-9870, that's the number. Also, if you want to text us with your opinion, 411-987, keyword CA.
And the way that you spell Parker, Parker.
Yeah.
So just so you know, you can say Parker is wrong.
Do whatever you got to do. Real quick, we're going to grab one call. Mary in Peoria. Mary, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. I think what you were saying earlier, I think women should wrestle women and men should wrestle men, even in pro wrestling.
Yep.
They wrestle each other. They don't wrestle, men don't wrestle women and women don't wrestle men, and that's the way it should be.
Okay, Mary.
They did what was right.
Mary, let me just say this really quickly. Obviously, I spent many years at the Olympic Training Center, and there was a women's wrestling team. However, they used to practice wrestling with the guys.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's practicing.
Yeah, that's practicing.
So what's the difference between practicing and a competition?
Because you know those people and you know...
Oh, my God.
I think that you know those people. I think there's a difference.
Kidding me?
We're not talking car racing or chess here. We're talking wrestling. We're talking grappling with each other.
What do you think about a woman football player?
If she can hack it.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
They're not wrestling.
They have women's football teams that go up against each other, not up against the men's team.
Right. Well, listen, Mary, thank you for calling in.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you. Appreciate it. They're not wrestling.
Oh, Parker.
260-9870, that's the number. Only only girl on that wrestling mat. It's 98.7 The Peak. It's all about variety. Chris and Amy in the morning. Really interesting story about this high school wrestler. Passes on the first round of state championships because he has to wrestle a girl. He says, no way!
He's scared.
I say I wouldn't let my son wrestle a girl either.
Because you're silly.
Amy thinks it's about a female, feminine thing.
I do.
No way. Liability.
Amy is 100% correct.
Thank you, Roger.
Now, you don't think that there's going to be a possible lawsuit eventually erupting from that?
It's all up to the referees, the coaches, and the parents to teach the kids right.
Right.
Yep.
It's a sport, just like any other sport.
Penny in Phoenix, go ahead.
Okay, it's all kinds of wrong. My son is a wrestler, and this sport starts as early as 5th and 6th grade. And I think at this point, these girls do not understand.
Okay, so what could happen? They're wrestling around, and then all of a sudden, what, an adult handshake breaks out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Penny. Come on.
Absolutely. My son is a wrestler right now. He's in middle school, but some of these kids can be in community schools and wrestle as early as 5th and 6th grade. They don't know, you know. I mean, if something happens...
But no, I hear something slips.
Oh, that's not going to happen,
Not like,
guys.
I'm not talking full on... I'm just saying, you know, something gets grabbed accidentally, whatever. Somebody goes, oh no, or somebody does something stupid. Just saying. 98.7 The Peak. It's all about variety. Chris and Amy in the morning. A bit of a debate we got going on here. And there's several ways to look at this. It's from the competition standpoint. Mm-hmm. It's from the sexual harassment standpoint. It's from the lawsuit standpoint. I'm just saying there's many different avenues to look at this thing. 98.7 The Peak, go ahead.
My point was that the guy's in a no-win situation. If he wins, all of his buddies and the rest, you know, oh, yeah, he beat a girl. If he loses, hey, he lost to a girl. It's kind of a no-win situation.
Oh, you know what, though? That's something that they're going to have to deal with. They're just going to have to suck that one up.
Well, how about this idea? We outlaw wrestling completely because the idea of a couple guys getting all sweaty and crawling over each other does nothing for me.
Thank you, Crystal.
I don't think it's meant to be a late night Showtime movie for you, Crystal, okay?
Woo! Yeah.
Tonight on Cinemax, wrestling
Crystal.
for women. Like, wait, come on.
I like your style, my friend.
We got a few text messages that have come in, too. Tori L says... Girls wrestling is a bad idea. All it takes is one, quote-unquote, bad grip and lawsuit city. Somebody else wrote in, Parker is right. And then somebody else was on your side. They didn't give their name, but they said by entering into the sport, the girl acknowledges that things can happen, and she takes that risk.
Okay, what's the difference between a guy and a girl wrestling and a guy wrestling a guy who may be homosexual?
Yeah, but you don't know that he's homosexual.
Maybe you don't know she's a girl. I've swam against many of those. Well played, Amy.
We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one.